protocols. We are going to have some fun in this little live stream today. This live stream is just to explore UFOs, ESP, and their connection, and how simple this whole phenomenology system really is. All these different pieces of phenomenology that seem to be separate and different and weird are actually not weird. They're not spooky, spiritual, or magic, or paranormal. They're all based in science, and they're all related. And it's something very natural and normal that every human being has access to. You know, just a couple hundred years ago, human beings didn't know about electricity. Before the era of electricity, human beings had little hints, little weird phenomena. Colleen, great to see you. Much love to you, super. Human beings had all these different weird phenomena, and they didn't know what it meant. My brother from the UK. Literally, my blood. My blood. Fist bump for the O'Neills. Human beings have this ability, and it's a real ability. And, 200 years ago or more, when human beings didn't know about electricity, it was all around us. It was a real phenomena. But we didn't know about it. There were all these different weird phenomena. There was this fish that zapped people. There was a static electricity phenomena, and all these different other phenomena that seemed paranormal. Some people said it was religious even. Like these, I can say, Rob, okay, all right. I just don't want to blow you up, my brother. And at the time, the scientists and the different people in the community attributed these different weird phenomena to different things. Some said it was like a God energy. And how could a fish have this God energy that zapped people? And explained a little piece of it. And Maxwell and all these different scientists came and made a little bit of sense out of these different strange phenomena. And they seemed all kind of unrelated initially, until we were able to put the pieces together. And it ended up being a structure to our universe. And that is the exact same thing that's happening with phenomenology and UFOs. It's not wacky spiritual, it's not, demonic, it's not magic. It's something real. It's a real structure of our universe. And it connects all the pieces together. It's very simple. Mauricio has? Wow. Mickle in a pickle. Mauricio is an amazing guy. I love Mauricio. He's a wonderful human being. He's been very supportive of this channel and very supportive of me. And I've respected him for a long, long, long time. So that's great to hear him doing well. I want to address the Grant Cameron thing. A lot of people have been giving me grief early on about the Grant Cameron stuff, but now that more information has come out about it, I don't think we should be upset at Grant in any way. We are all human beings, and we should not, try and pounce on each other in this community and do that sort of thing. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's proper. I think we all make mistakes. I make a billion mistakes. We should forgive each other and move on and forward and support him. I think we should support Grant now. I think he was completely wrong. There's a variety of reasons why he could have been wrong to do what he did. In my opinion, he was wrong to put it out, to distribute the information, even though I have a distinct feeling he didn't believe it. But he may believe it, and that's a whole separate other things. But regardless, I think we should love and accept our own community and not destroy each other like vultures in this community. I think we should accept our humanness and our frailties, and we all make mistakes. No one's perfect. No one understands this whole thing perfectly. You know, nobody except for maybe, you know. I'm kidding. Don't. In fact, I'd like to say every day I'm unlearning. It's really the truth. Yeah, you know, I think you're right, Super. Super is so wise. Guys in the chat room, Super Sleuth is basically my one of my very top and favorite training partner, and has been my partner in this channel from the very beginning. So if you have any medical or ESP questions or UFO questions, feel free to harass the heck out of Super Sleuth as well as me. See, Super? Love you. I'm going to be in so much trouble. So I want to talk about all the phenomena really quickly, and then dive into some stuff, show you some stuff, maybe do some experiments. The other night we did a remote viewing live. I'd like to do another one live. With you guys. If I'm still here with you, type something in the chat room, please. If I'm still with you, type in the chat room. That was really, really weird. I got blasted with something. Am I still with you? Oh, I'm back. Okay, good, Robin. Thank you for letting me know I'm still here. You know, it's very weird. My phone works perfectly. It works totally fine. And then whenever I try to do a live stream, this happens. It happened yesterday a lot. Just sometimes I think the universe likes to say, hi, hello. So really quickly, I guess I could do some stuff live with you. Oh, I wanted to let you know that Frank and myself, Shambhala, I love you, Shambhala. You are a wonderful human. Gang, as you know, Shambhala is a part of this group for a long time, and I had a chance to meet Shambhala in Boulder, Colorado, a beautiful location, and a beautiful human to match that beautiful location. And if you need any advice on meditation, healing, and a wide variety of the esoteric topics, he is the one to talk to as well. Oh, Mickle in a Pickle, that's who. So you're all Mick. Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, cool. Shambhala really is very, very special. And I saw Shambhala bend a fork live. Was it a fork or a spoon? I think it was a fork. And be really incredibly accurate as a remote viewer in Dr. Simeon Hines' class. So he's very, very accurate as a remote viewer. I saw him do 2 viewings, and both of them were very accurate. And not only that, when he was monitoring for someone else, that someone else had a 2 staggeringly accurate remote viewings. So having a really good monitor that's a good sender helps. So don't underestimate the power of Shambhala as well. Guys, we are here to help. Today I was speaking with a dear friend, and his wife, her father has a degenerative neurological condition and is in a semi-vegetative state, active mind but just trapped body. You know what? Okay, I'm back. Buffering again. Okay. You know, let me see if I can do anything to make that any better here. Just a second. Let me just... How about now? Does it everything seem okay now? Good to go? All right, well, I'm going to do some fun stuff since we're here live, okay? I'll do that instead of me talking. But please send your prayers out for my friend's father and the family, okay? Michael, nice to see you, Michael. Great to see you, brother. All right, so this is Russell Targ's game. So just really quickly, we can, you know, I think you guys know how the little game works, where you just kind of feel the tiles and stuff. And I think psychic ability works best when it's fastest and from your gut. Thank you, Colleen, but it is. It is, and I do not understand it. All right, so let's do some more of this live for you. We're going to do the game live, and then I might do a remote viewing live, and then I might go over to the Van de Graaff generator right over there and get myself blasted by some lightning bolts, and maybe I can show you some of my little tricks with the Van de Graaff generator as well. And Super Sleuth, if you could take questions from people and we can answer the questions from them at the end. Are you still with us, Super? I hope so. All right, so someone gave me a great, I love you, Super, you are awesome. Someone gave me a great little observation today, and that, you know, viewers of these channels don't get enough nuts and bolts suggestions. Like, what do I do? What is the experience like? Give me specifics, damn it. Right? That's what you guys want more of, correct? Well, I'm going to try and deliver more of that for you guys in the future. Okay? So with this game, and with your psychic ability in general, this substructure, this field, whatever it is that connects all these different things, is very subtle. It's just like any of your other senses. It's not perfect. And what I try to do is I try and just get a blank slate, and then I go with the very first thing that comes to me. So right now, the first thing that's coming to me is green. It wasn't green. Oftentimes, like right now, I'm thinking very left brain. But as you can see, because I'm talking and playing the game, I was getting more because I was just, you know, not concentrating on which one I'm picking. I'm picking them almost subconsciously. And in just doing that, I get above average. So let's do a couple of these just to let you see some of the tricks. One of the things I used to do playing the game is just wave my hand over like this. And there's a couple things you can say to yourself. Which one of these looks the brightest? Which one of these looks the brightest? Which one of these looks the brightest? And if you don't feel it, you can always press pass. That's important because it'll also show you which one you didn't pick. Like, let's try pass right now, but I'll show you. Which one feels the brightest to me is blue. Blue feels right. But since I don't know, I'm going to press pass. Ooh, see, and it was green. And I can learn that I wasn't listening to the right signal. I did feel some of the green in that one, but I didn't listen. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. And I think the more you overthink it, the less that you're actually getting that psychic signal. You know, the more you use your left brain, the less that it is a psychic thing. So the more ways that you can make it improvisational for yourself, the better. So I'm going to do one really fast now, and you'll see the fast one. Exactly, Super. It's always your first impression, which they call the gestalt. And, you know, remote viewing is a long process. I was doing, you know, basically remote viewing before I knew remote viewing, but as astral projection. But I didn't even necessarily do it as a traditional astral projection. I was just doing it the way that it came to me. And I think with everybody, information comes to you in different ways. Everyone has their instinct, you know, their own feeling. So here, I'm going to do one really fast. And actually, I'm going to do it while we're talking. And we'll see how well we do compared to one where I'm really deliberative, okay? So this one I'll just do fast. All right, so that one's, let's see, I got 6, 7. Is that 6, 7, 8? I think that's 7. Okay, so that one was very fast. Now I'm going to do one a little slower. Let's see if there's any difference. Sometimes you'll notice that you're picking the one that's one step away. And if you notice that you're doing that consistently, you can make an adjustment and go, oh, wait a minute, I was going to do red, but it's really yellow this time. Oh, now see, it was red. So, see, isn't that funny how that worked? Okay. Oh, I'm supposed to be going slow and deliberative on this one. So slow and deliberative. Slow and deliberative. See, I looked at the number and I saw, oh, that's a really good one. I could get really high on this one. And I got too much in my left brain, the last few. So I'm just going to do one more here just so you can see how consistent I am with getting above 6. Of course, now that I said that, I'm going to get... Ah! Ah! So anything above 6 is going to be above average. And I want to tell you guys about something really awesome, and that maybe this game might be part of it. Frank from UFO News Sunday and I and we're talking about getting together and doing a psychic Olympics, where we get people together, different talented practitioners of different abilities, together to not really compete, but kind of compete against each other. But in fact, we're going to be really promoting different categories. There would be remote viewing. We could do a type of healing where we could work on either algae or crystal growth, something like that. We could also do psychokinesis by pushing random number generators. So there could be different categories. And if you're interested in not really competing, we've got to come up with a better term because we're all exploring. Yeah, that's it. If you feel... Thank you, Shambhala. I knew you would not be afraid. Shambhala's not afraid. And that's the important part because it's not about winning or losing. It's about kind of growing and learning together. Each person's going to have a different technique. Oh, what happened with Luis Elizondo? Did I just miss some news happening? I love to see you. Great to see you. Great to see you. Okay, so we'll do one more of these, one last one. Let me tell you any more of the tips that I have directly with this one. I noticed that I'm the most accurate with this app and with all the other stuff. When it comes from like the darkness and comes to me, I don't go to it. I don't know how to explain it better than that, but what I try to do is I've learned over time how to blank my slate. Wow. You guys still with me? You guys still with me? I hope so. So, wow. Wow. This is amazing, gang. I cannot believe that, hello, my friends. I don't know if you can still see me or not and get the signal, but, wow. It's like impossible to do my signal today. It's amazing. I've got 5 bars on my phone. I've got LTE, which is supposed to be like one of the fastest services. So there's no way this is supposed to be kicking me off like this. Let's look at them, shall we? Black vehicle. Black vehicle. Black truck, black vehicle. I don't know. No, no, no. Gary is not messing with my caudate. He's good. He's one of the good guys, I think. I think he is one of the good ones. And my caudate pudamin is hard to mess with, I think, my friends. So quickly, I want to give you some tips, some more tips and abilities. A lot of people say it's about the signal. It's about the signal. Javier, it's a pleasure to see you. More than the signal, it is about the blankness, getting it to the nothingness so that the signal can come to you. The signal just comes. It just hits you. There's a lot of different training and meditation that's helpful, Matt, and we're getting right to that point right now. And the point is, if you have trouble meditating, most humans do. It's a difficult skill to master. It's difficult to go to a blank place. It's not natural for human beings. We're used to dealing with multiple problems at once and then, and appreciating miracles and moving forward and just plowing forward. That's what humans are used to doing. We're very not used to going to places of stillness. So it's okay to be frustrated by meditation or daunted or think you have to do something special or follow a magical dot. You don't have to do anything. Just, even if it's 30 seconds, start with just 30 seconds, closing your eyes and trying to get to a place of stillness. If it helps you to use some sort of visual stuff, yes, I've got a very special breathing technique. You got 3 of the numbers. Harmonic mantras and that harmonic breathing is really one of the special little magical things. That's a very advanced concept, and if you're there, you're doing incredibly well. Very good. We did 9 lottery ticket picks, and I won 8 of them, which is pretty freaking extraordinary. So back to the stillness point. So start with 30 seconds. If you're having trouble getting to that place of stillness, just give yourself 30 seconds. I'm going to close my eyes. And if you're having trouble with any visualizations, just think of your breath. Just think of what you're doing with your breath for that 30 seconds. Afak, pleasure, afak. I love afak. I don't give a fuck. Did I just make an afak joke? I think I did. Afak, thank you for being here. I care that you're here. I give a fuck. Anyway, that was a terrible afak joke. I think these abilities that we all have are natural. They're just like any of our other senses. And none of our other senses are perfect, right? Our smell is not perfect. Our hearing is not perfect. And we don't get any perfect image from any one of them. No single one gives us a perfect rendition of the universe. And that's the same with the signal. So start with 30 seconds. Try to go to a place of stillness, meaning you don't have a bunch of thoughts. And you're going to have impediments. Things are going to happen. There are going to be distractions. And that's part of the meditation process. And your brain is going to be evil. Your brain is going to be evil. You're going to see how little control you really have of your own brain. Because you're going to say to yourself, I'm going to be still. I'm going to think of myself by a pond, of a still pond. And next thing you know, 2 seconds later, you're thinking about tricycles and what you had for lunch. And your brain is insidious, and you're going to learn more control over your brain. And not only that, you're going to learn more control over your whole machine. Even if it has nothing to do with psychic abilities, it's very nice to be able to slow down your heart rate when you want to slow down your heart rate. Or ease your mental stress when you want to ease your mental stress. That ability is a very powerful ability that every human should be taught how to do. And we can do. It's very easy for us to relax our heart rate, reduce our heart rate. Did you have a very bad nightmare last night and your cat was disturbed for hours? Interesting. You might have had some psychic stuff going on there, and if your cat was disturbed too, you could have had a very psychical experience there that your cat experienced as well. It doesn't have to have been an external force. It could have been an external thing going on there, KD. If it wasn't for coffee, I don't know what I'd do. So that place of stillness is really so important. Lately, the past few months, I have been able to use that signal, that place of stillness, to make connections with all of these different experiments that I've been involved in. Whether it be bending forks, melting metal, making stuff disappear, pushing random number generators, working on craps with Dr. Gallenberger, to viewing distant locations with Dr. Simeon Hine last week in Boulder. All of these are about getting to that place of stillness first and making that connection. Yes, Matt, that's what happens with meditation. With meditation, stuff and different kinds of experiences can come to you. And you have to be very rational about this. Your mind is a very powerful thing. So every experience that you imagine doesn't mean it was real in that exact context in the real world. It could be just a powerful creation of your mind. And it's important to understand that. But it's also important to believe in the power of your mind. So the more you learn these techniques to get to the stillness, most people will tell you it's about the signal. You got to learn how to turn in the signal and turn up the signal's volume and the signal. You know what? To me, it's also, in fact, it's more about the stillness. Because if you get to the stillness first, then the signal is clear. The signal comes to you. And you're right, Colleen, you can start with 30 seconds. You can start with 90 seconds. You can start with a minute. Just start. Try something. And, you know, if you get these advanced biometric gear, like I've shown you guys before, like the Muse device I have here, you know, the Muse device allows you to see your different brainwave states. It's very simple, it's very inexpensive, and it's a staggering amount of biometrics for this tiny little portable thing. Exactly. And it gives you guided meditations. It helps you focus. And Super Sleuth and Matt, they've had crafts show up during meditation, and that's standard. That's what CE5 is. In a way, CE5 is about getting to that signal, getting to that space, getting to that stillness. And in that stillness, that's where you can make those connections. Okay, I can do a recap on sidereal time for you guys. All right, this is a really interesting topic, and the topic is sidereal time. Sidereal time is something really magical that they discovered years ago. And the discovery is, and Joe McMoneagle, one of the most famous remote viewers, talks about this, that for some reason, remote viewing accuracy and the accuracy of all of these things is increased dramatically. 400%, Rob, you're right. It's increased 400% during 1330 local sidereal time. Okay, so local sidereal time is basically your time on the planet. It's different than the daylight savings time and all the different time zones on the regular planet. Those are based on our sun and how our planet rotates to the sun. Sidereal time is based on how our planet rotates towards the center of the galaxy. So the black hole at the very center of our galaxy, when our planet rotates and turns and faces the black hole at the center of our galaxy at 1330, I believe we've had this discussion before, whether it's straight up or direct on the horizon. I think we've discovered it's direct on the horizon at 1330. And that's supposed to be a direct shot, a direct line of sight to the center of the galaxy. And there's a lot of different, I've actually heard the opposite, that it's the opposite, it's when our back is to it, but I've read the most of it says that it's when you are facing the very center of our galaxy at 1330. That's peak local sidereal time, and your scores will be increased by up to 400%. My personal experience is I've done a lot on sidereal time. I have a sidereal app on my phone. A lot of remote viewers, maybe 50, 60% of them, have sidereal apps on their phones. And most of them will tell you that for some reason they think it works. And I think it works. I've felt it. And I don't think it's psychosomatic. I think there is something going on there. At 1330 local sidereal time, wherever you are on the planet, it's different for different people, so you have to get an app to tell you when 1330 is on your spot on the Earth. But when I do it at 1330 local sidereal time, my remote viewings are more accurate. My psychokinesis sessions have been more dramatic. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but that is sidereal time. It's a mystery. Isn't that cool? So, in many ways, I think that the stillness is more important than the signal. Developing that stillness is something you can do. You can work on meditation. If you're ADD like me, you hate it. It's difficult, but it's super relieving. And the more you get that signal, the more weird things want to come to you. Once you connect to the substructure, the limen, whatever you want to call it, the monad, the Akashic record, it's a connection, okay? So it's not just you seeing there, it's a connection. And the more you connect to it, and remember, it connects to everything in the universe, the more weird stuff starts to happen. You will find out the more you start doing this stuff and the more you have success with this stuff, the more you have contact with the limen, the substructure, whatever you want to call it, the more you'll see weird stuff happen around you. Synchronicities, very unusual things. And it's normal, actually. It's like Ingo Swann said, we condition ourselves to think we live in this, safe little bubble when the universe is so much more dynamic. We have been living in subnormal all this time. And people like us who explore and use our psychic abilities and ESP and intuition and psychokinesis and these things that science has proven empirically by study after study, those of us who use these abilities feel like, heck, more people should know about this. It's a sense we all have. It's like our smelling and our hearing and our, So, anyway, gang, we want to help you get better at all of these. And this whole topic unifies everything. If you can do remote viewing, you can do healing, you can do psychokinesis, you can do all of those. If you can do psychokinesis, you can do great healing. If you can do remote viewing, you can do healing. And if you can do any of those, you can do great CE5. Not only that, but we've had a record here in the past year of a lot of programmed sightings. Sightings that we predicted for other groups at the exact time, in the exact way, and the craft were exactly as we described them, or crafts. Very unique things like two crafts circling each other. And this has happened time and time again, and that's because it's a connection. So if you're doing good at your Russell Targ game, if you're consistently getting 12s, you're going to do a lot better at CE5 too. That's right, Rob. Rob has a lot of success. If anyone's out there and wants to be a part of an incredible group in the across the pond, wow, Rob's got an incredible group. And CE5 is really, there's so many things that are important about CE5. It's not just getting to that blank space, it's getting a group and then using that blank space, that substructure, that field to send a message of love. And it's basically kind of an invitation, a loving invitation. And you send it out like a wave. Since everything in the universe is frequencies and waves, everything you think is solid matter, it's all waves and frequencies. So when you send that out there across the substructure, it makes it to other civilizations. And the stuff, I don't like talking about the CE5 stuff too much, our experiences, because I'm already talking about ESP and trying to get people who don't understand the reality of ESP to believe in their own ability of ESP and their own ability to do these incredible things that we thought was magic, which is just normal now. And I don't want to add an extra complication to them. Now, sidereal time in the UK, Afak, changes depending on where you are and the time, a regular time of day. It's not one specific time that stays at a location. No, it's like your regular clock, but instead of being based on our sun, it's based on how the Earth turns towards the center of our galaxy. So you need to keep an app on your phone in order to calculate it each time. So sidereal time sounds like it's something that wouldn't work or be effective, but I have found it really is. It's as effective as a Tesla coil. This is a Tesla coil, and it's got a name called a Slayer Exciter. That's the name of it. You know what? Before we go, I'm going to zap myself a few times with the Van de Graaff generator. Does that sound fun to you guys? A couple seconds of the Van de Graaff generator. If there's any more questions, we'll get the questions from Super. If you could get me the questions ready. I'm going to start setting up the Van de Graaff generator here. She looks good over here. Oh boy, she's rolling funny. A little funny over there. I'm going to move this over here like that. Oh yeah, she's going to roll a little funny, I think. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. Okay, here we go. I'm going to make it work like that. Okay, slide it over. Just a little bit here. Like that. Keep it slid over. Come on, Myrna. I need to give this Van de Graaff generator a name. Do you guys have a name that I can give her? I want to give her a name. She's very powerful. Yes, try meditation. And if you guys would you please keep my friend's father in your thoughts and prayers? It's very important to me. And of course, that family. Very, very, very important. All right, we'll give Vanessa. We'll give Vanessa a chance here to see. I need to tune her up. So I promise I'm going to tune her up, and maybe tonight I will have some amazing lightning bolts for you guys and show you some of the weird things I can do now. I've taught myself a couple tricks, and hopefully I can actually show them to you. One of them is very subtle, where instead of lightning bolts, I can make it turn to St. Elmo's fire on my fingertips. It'll just change at a moment. And I can also make it use my tongue. Want me to use my genitals, Rob? Would that make you happy, Rob? Ha 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 ha. Wow! Wow! All right, gang, here we go. Rob, you sick bastard. Okay, I'm gonna plug her in. Let's go for this. Let's go for it. Let's see what happens here. Okay, gang, you ready? All right. It's pissing down here. Want us to make it stop? Where are you, Afak? Your storm's going to be gone within an hour. It's going to be very windy, though, until the end. All right, let's zap the crap out of Buddy. Let's go. I don't think my phone's going to be this close. Oh, I see exactly what happened. Birmingham, England. Wow. Now here's something interesting. It'll still hold a charge. Watch. You can see. You see that? It still held a charge. Not painful at all. Not painful at all. All right, I'm gonna unplug it over here for just a second. I'm gonna keep going, guys. I got a couple. Oh, you're in Wales, UK. Cool, Jedi. Nice to have you here, Jedi. I'm going to go back in here and fix the thing and go back in again. I think we should go for it, guys. I like electrocuting myself here. All right, sound like fun? You guys want to watch me get electrocuted again? Of course you do. I'm making a slight adjustment on the underside here of the Van de Graaff generator. This way it'll be able to rotate a little faster maybe. And if I make it rotate a smidge faster, here's my little screwdriver, it might avoid that little problem we were just having on the last one. So, let's see, tighten this up just a little more. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. No buffering since I put a shield on it. These bastards. You gotta use, whoa! South Germany, awesome! I love the fact that we're able to connect like-minded people who just have a simple understanding of the reality of Dalmunchen. What's Dalmunchen? Isn't this awesome? Mad scientist moment. This is, I'm telling you, it's a Van de Graaff generator, but it's actually a soul catcher. All right, my friends. Let me get you a nice position here so you can see the Van de Graaff. Nice. How's that? Is that okay? Okay, gang. Oh, cool. You can see the back of my bald head. All right, here we go, gang. I'm plugging her back in. All right, nice. See that? Yeah, you can see that a little better here. Nice, okay. I don't know if you can see inside of here right now. It's got a, I don't know if you can see in there. Whoa, big lightning bolt. Alright, now I'm gonna make it stop. See? It's not gonna zap me now. It's not gonna zap me. It's not gonna do it. Now I'm gonna let it zap me. Alright? Now, you can't tell, but off this thumb, can you see it? I got St. Elmo's fire. Let me see if I can do it off one of these fingers. We can see it here. Can you see it off my finger there? A little bit of St. Elmo's fire. You see that? It's not shooting lightning bolts at me for a reason. Because it's now transferring into the St. Elmo's fire. But now it'll blast me with a lightning bolt. See? Right now, off my thumb, I feel the St. Elmo's fire. Yep. You can't quite see it as well during the day. But see, it's going to be a lightning bolt again. Wow, I just got a good zap in my legs. That was cool. Getting a lot of electricity going. Alright, whoa, that was cool. So I'm gonna get one of the toys. Where's that toy? Oh, somewhere else. It's pretty neat, dang it. And what I learned to do with this is, as a practitioner, I get used to static fields. I get used to their energy, what they feel like, how to control them, how to just not receive pain from them, how to change fields. I learned to just understand these fields a little bit more. So as a practitioner, it's very cool for me. That's pretty cool, huh? Now I can do this and bring electricity out this finger to someone else. But since there's no one else here, I can't zap them. The electric punch. I don't know if you could see the double lightning bolts there. Pretty cool, huh? Well, I can't read anything, so I'm going to turn this off and then answer any questions you guys have, and then say goodbye. Uh-oh. It doesn't want to turn off. That is so cool. Wow, nice. That was fun, wasn't it? And that's really a simple premise. And if you look right here, there's just a rubber band, and it rotates on two little pulleys, and it brings, that's all. That's it. The things that it's on are rubber. They're rollers, rubber rollers. So the rubber and the rubber band, by touching each other, create this little weird effect where electrons get peeled off of the bottom roller, stay on this one that goes up, then gets attached to the top roller, the extra electrons. And there's a brush up there, and that brush transfers the electrons onto the ball. So you're literally taking a bunch of electrons and storing them more and more and more up on this ball on the top, until you get so many electrons and so much electric charge that it has to jump somewhere to neutralize, to reach equilibrium. So that's how simple that premise works. And that works the same way it does when you're walking on the carpet. As you're walking with your shoes and the carpet, they're like the rubber band and the nylon or rubber roller. And you create and collect electricity on you. You become like the metal ball. And then when you go to touch your girlfriend or kiss your gal, you're like, bzah! And she's like, wow, you've got electric kisses, buddy. And you're like, that's not all, kitten. So, and that's the same premise that creates lightning. Those little molecules that rub together transfer electrons. And they build up in the cloud, just like this metal ball. They build up until they want to jump and reach like equilibrium. They will either jump to an opposite charge or a neutral ground. So that same zap that you give your girlfriend or your friend or your sister or whoever is the same exact zap as here. And that's the same exact zap as a lightning bolt. So that's really cool. It's scalable. So something like a Van de Graaff generator shouldn't be that intimidating. It's not that weird. Not beyond. Okay, some questions. Let me answer some questions before we go here. All right, super. What were the questions here? Not beyond. What other training is helpful? Do you think meditation plays a big part? Absolutely. Meditation plays a crucial part in being better and better at this. If you watch this channel, you'll know that I've been blessed to be to be tested and to seek out research and be tested and verified and validated some more and more. But I could start sucking next month. I've got a big thing coming up in a month. But it's about trying. And I think the other things I do to exercise are, we have a theory that with your whole psychic abilities, all your different, psychic abilities, you have a psychic body, and you just don't want to just work out just your arm. Don't just do the ESP trainer. Don't just do remote viewing. It's best, I think, you'll be your most powerful, your most diverse, your most dynamic. Each ability will help the other ability more, as if you train a little bit in all of them on a regular basis. I would use that ESP trainer from Russell Targ regularly. I would work on some sort of healing regularly. I would work on remote viewing or astral projection regularly. There's a lot of different games and apps nowadays that are helpful, and there's groups you can get involved in. We have people that you can work with. You can work with us. I would recommend getting involved with like a healing circle too, and be a part of just that exercise of meditating for other people. And I think the more you exercise all of this stuff, you have a stronger, full-on psychic body. There are a lot of those different cool tones to listen to, Curtis. The binaural beats and all that. What are my thoughts on the machine elves or the sentient plasmas? I think a lot of that are real structures, but a lot of that stuff could be structures of psychology, psychological constructs, part of consciousness, a necessitative, formative aspect of consciousness. Like in order to have a consciousness, you might have to have machine elves hidden in the subconscious. The sentient plasmas, very weird notion, because we have had our CE5 events. I'll just be straight open. We've had our CE5 events where we've had weird smokes on the ground and weird plasmas, intelligent moving plasmas, and then they would form like an arch, and then it became something else, we think. So there's a lot of talks and discussions about intelligent plasmas, so I don't know. Do I think any of the clairs are real? I don't know about the clairs. Not sure about what the clairs are. I apologize for my ignorance. Have I ever had any sort of Zendra? Yes, I have. Yes, numerous. Rapid discipling, it works. The Bankston method works completely. It taps into that same thing. It taps into the Lyman. It does work. The Bankston method unquestionably works. Am I going skiing after this? No. Or Disney World. Let's see, where are the questions? Super. Let's see. Do I think meditation plays a massive part? Yes. Okay. Do you guys want to try? Oh. Guys, I did something wacky. Why don't I do something wacky? Why don't you guys want to try reverse remote viewing? Because when someone just said try remote viewing, I just got an image in my head and I want to draw it down. Maybe I should draw it down and then you guys go get a picture and we'll see if they match. Okay, back cut and paste clouds. Are you going skiing after this? No. Any more questions, gang? Is that it? Sure, then I'll skedaddle in a moment. Unless you guys want me to draw something and then you pick an image. You find it difficult to go through images, Afak? Well, sometimes what happens... I'll get to that. Oh, yes, that's a really good one. Hey, Kronos. All right. Yes, Afak, it's very difficult to cycle the image. You have to concentrate your mind. But once you do that more, once you lock in more, that's going to have big, big benefits for you. I know several people that saved their lives. Grant Cameron talks about it, saving him, doing wonderful things for him. Okay, there was a bunch of questions here I missed. I'm sorry. Let me get them. Okay, questions. Here we go. Do I think what happened at Rendlesham is the same as what happened at Cash Landrum? No, I don't. I don't at all. I think they're both complicated issues. They could be very different than we think. I think Cash Landrum was definitely a man-made earthly craft. Doty just came out and admitted what I speculated in my video about a year ago, that the craft had a poorly shielded nuclear engine, and it was a U.S. craft. Yep, I think that one is different. Rendlesham might be different still. I don't want to speculate too much, but a lot of weird shit was going on with the Rendlesham one. And there's a couple new theories that are really weird and staggering about Rendlesham that have just come out. And they seem to match a lot of other case history, so I don't know. Fascinating case. It's a really fascinating case. And I'm very curious. What do I think about that patent? I don't think that's a big deal. That same patent had an associated patent released about it a year ago. That I've heard about that one. I know about that one. So that one doesn't surprise me. And what's interesting about it is that it's based on a metamaterial. And there's a few of these metamaterial craft that if you look at that patent carefully, it's a resonant chamber, all right? It's about having a resonant chamber. And if you are inside a tic-tac or inside a sphere, that's a very acoustically resonant chamber, more so than a square or anything that has sharp angles on the interior. Perhaps, has been speculated by some people that these metamaterials act as waveguides for consciousness. And if because of their lattice fractal structure they can act as waveguides for consciousness, they could go anti-gravity just from consciousness. They don't even need an engine or a propulsion system. As long as the metamaterial is constructed in a way that allows the wave-guided consciousness to facilitate the resonance that would decouple the craft from the gravimetric field that it's in, regardless of the planet or any gravimetric influences around it. Whoa. What they should do, any of these groups that have metamaterials or any of these metamaterials that appear to be very unusual. There's very few that appear to be very unusual. A lot of them have very mundane causes, and some of them have unearthly causes because tons of meteorites come into the atmosphere every day. And believe it or not, you may get a little tiny meteorite bash into your leg, and you might not even know it. Marcus, thank you for being here. Isn't that a weird thought that a tiny micrometeorite probably has hit you at some point in your life? Some harder than others. But some people have found tiny little iron pieces of metal inside of them that had that unusual level of iridium or whatever that makes it obvious that they're not from Earth. Anyway, what they need to do, either at To the Stars or any of these other groups that have some of this material, is do what we did with our little piece of material about a year and a half ago, is try to use consciousness to affect these metamaterials. And I have a sneaking suspicion, if you got a really great PK practitioner, they might be able to do something weird with some of those metamaterials. What do you guys think? What kind of diet do I maintain? I maintain a regular mixed diet, whatever. Before I do a really important CE5, I go vegetarian. The problem is I'm very skinny, so I lose weight, and I can't afford to lose weight. When I went to Joshua Tree, I lost a bunch of weight before Joshua Tree, then during Joshua Tree. It's just very difficult for a skinny dude to maintain vegetarian or veganism unless there's like a full-time cook throwing beans at me, shooting beans at me with a bean gun, a bean funnel. So that's the kind of diet I maintain. I try to be as vegetarian as possible. I think eating meats is heartless. TTSA has been working with experiencers. White Mouse! Wow! Great to see you, White Mouse. All right, well, should I do some... Please, thank you so much. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. Well, I'm going to tell you guys about... all right, I'm going to draw a target, and I'm going to tell you guys that while I'm drawing this target that Shambhala has, I am going to tell you guys a little bit about some stuff I've been doing. Should I reveal some secrets? A little bit. All right, I'll kind of get closer to some of these secrets. I'm obsessed with a date from last year, November 18th. November 18th of last year, I kind of created this funny little idea, and the idea was that I will create a date whereby I can use it as a buffer to get to other times, dates, and places. So that day I did a bunch of meditations trying to make it like a trampoline. That was my kind of idea, was to make it like a trampoline date for other psychic stuff. Interesting notion, huh? Okay, so I've been involved in a bunch of different projects, and I've been involved with different groups. And in fact, I've been involved with some of the most notable groups. And consistently, there has been detectable, measurable metrics. And I have a variety of evidence for anyone who's interested. And I'm still working with two of these different groups. I think all of these abilities, all these methods, all of our protocols, all of our philosophy is what makes all of this stuff repeatable, which is crucial, is what makes this stuff accurate. I think the reason why all of our people do really well, too, is because we all kind of have the same theory. We all have kind of the same formula. We have the same belief system. And I think it's a very positive belief system. And that belief system seems to be reflective of reality. And that belief system, once again, just to share with you guys, is all these quote-unquote paranormal things are actually normal if you think about them, like that example of electricity. Electricity, before we had electricity, people didn't know what it was. There's a bunch of strange different phenomena, this fish that does this and this strange effect that happens during storms. No one didn't know how to put them together. And now the same thing is true with these other phenomena. There is another substructure just like then. But this substructure allows remote viewing, healing, psychokinesis, and communication. And if that substructure really exists, you would think a more advanced civilization would know about it, right? Like a more advanced civilization would know about electricity when we didn't know about electricity. And that's the case now with this substructure. A more advanced race, these ETs, do know about the substructure and use it. And that's why CE5 works. So that's why all of these connect. That's why all of these connect. Okay, so let me get my target. I'm scared to show mine, what my drawing is. He gave a number if anyone wants to do this target. If anyone wants to do this target from Shambhala, Shambhala just gave us that number there, okay? And that number is, just for anyone who wants to write down that number again, it is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay, we're gonna give it, I guess, like 20 seconds for you guys to do your drawings, if anyone wants to do your drawings. And then we will show the drawings. Shambhala can just tell us what the target was. Good. Please write down what you think it is. Write down what you think it is. If you want, you can wait till after it's revealed. Don't mind it. Arg. Yarg. That's good. Also, if you want to be a part of the Psychic Olympics, contact either Frank or myself. That would be really fun if we could get a Psychic Olympics together. That would be really, really neat. We're just in the planning stages. I'm trying to throw out ideas and help. The other day we had that really cool live remote viewing. And he was one of the few ones brave enough to come on and do it. And he had great results as well. So it was really cool. Wasn't that a cool live remote viewing? That was so neat. White Mouse. Oh, we got some cool different people and thoughts. Is there So hi, little sausage. Sausage wants to say hi to you guys. You want to say hi, sausage? All right. I need to go soon. I got everyone going crazy at me here, but Shambhala, what was our target? Can you tell us what our target is? What it was? Is everyone done drawing? Okay, everyone done guessing? Put in your guesses. Everyone put in your guesses. Boom, boom. Beautiful. A cuckoo clock. How cool is that? How cool is that? A cuckoo clock, huh? All right, well, let's see what I have in notes here. I don't think I got it right. I don't think you're going to like my drawing very much. You're a good girl. My little sausage is so good. Look at her. Okay, so here we go. Notes. All right. Oh, I got notes. I thought it was an amusement park. With my date, November 18th. Fuck. I drew. It looks like the that Ferris wheel in England. Water this way, and I got city that way. See? So I have like a. Ayn says it's a wooden cuckoo clock. Let me look at the image. Oh, he did send me an image. Hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna go see and look at the image. Hold on a second. Let me look at the image. Hold on just a second. We did get an image. I can't tell where you sent the image to, Shambhala. If you could do my, yeah, much needed moderation, right? We've got conversations, awesome. Oh, my email. Okay, so let me check my email, and I can get a picture for you guys. I really would love for you guys to be able to see. Wow, gang, I saw the image. I'm sorry. Wow, maybe I was closer than I thought. Right, Shambhala? The image is a wooden birdhouse, and it has blocks all over the place. It's all blocks, and the numbers are blocks, and there's a bunch of blocks that look just exactly like this on the clock. So that's really interesting. Interesting. I got water to the left, and I got a city to the right. And I got like that it was like an amusement ride. That's what I got. That's the feeling is that it was but it was a cuckoo clock. So like the clock, I got like an amusement ride sense, I think, is, yeah, I got the blocks. And I got the circle, that's for sure. I got the shape. And I got this shape below it too. It did have this shape below it. So surprisingly, this is a great example, gang. My brain was trying to make this into a Ferris wheel. You see how I was trying to force it into a Ferris wheel as I got the information? I was just trying to do it fast. You can see I didn't even paint very well. And you got the feeling of something taking off. Well, that might have been the movement of the cuckoo clock, the thing coming out of the cuckoo clock. So we got movement, all these different things. So, well, it's really cool that you tried it live. Jedi. You know, these experiences and these attempts, you know, it's okay to, you're not failing. Because if you look at your drawing afterwards and you glean information about the signal, about your signal, or what you were feeling and how you translated that, exactly. This is why you describe versus try to name it. You try and go with the feelings and the tiny little sentiments. You don't try and construct it all. This is really cool. It's a big learning moment. And every moment is a learning moment. I tried to create this idea. Absolutely, her autism could be big time because she might be using her other senses in a less traditional way, so she's able to focus hers on other things big time. Autistic kids have a tendency and have shown in records and studies to be very psychic. And I think, being psychic is another one of our skills, senses. So when, just think about it, if one or two of our senses gets blocked, the other ones get better. So I think it's natural with psychic abilities. So that's really cool. Rob, I don't think you're shit. I think that's really bad to say that to yourself. I think you're obviously really good because your CE5 and your contact stuff is big. So you have an access to these. You have to let the information come to you. So don't say that you're shit. And saying that to yourself creates self-fulfilling prophecies too. So you have to be good with that. For us, we've kind of done a pullback on the C5, and my group, my friends are kind of grumpy with me, but I'm less. Hopefully it's working. So anyway, just wanted to, yes, you do need to train to shut down that left side of your brain. Well, guys, I love you. I really appreciate your time watching. If there's anything we can do to help you guys, please let us know. Please keep my friend's father in your prayers. He's trapped in a body that's not moving. It's a degenerative brain. Yes, we should do a Maharishi for somebody or something at the end of this. We've got 21 people. Let's use our beautiful positive thoughts and intent to make something better somewhere in the world. Can we do that? Yes, we have to fail big. Don't be afraid to fail big. Pray big. Try something big. Don't be afraid to fail big because you're not going to fail. You're going to learn. And you have a chance of succeeding huge. So with me and with this group, with us, you can always have a no judgment zone where you can fail big. You can email us and say, buddy, I'm thinking of this wacky big idea. Do you want to help? And we'll be like, yes, we're there. Thank you, Dow. May he be blessed and get cured fast. Thank you. You know what? Do you guys mind making our Maharishi today this gentleman? I would love it if you guys could make this gentleman. He's a Russian descent. His family adores him. He's got a wife who adores him, and she's been caring for him every day for 4 years. Shambhala, you are a great healer. Super, you're a great healer. Ain, White, we've got a bunch of great healers here. And we have these prayer circles, too, that we're doing regularly. Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's about 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Super is leading them. If you want to get involved, please reach out to Super. All right, so let's send our collective positive thoughts to this gentleman in love and healing. And let him know that he's not alone inside there. He's not trapped. From the inner self to the outer realm to our family, we're all one. We are all one. I love you guys. Please take good care of each other. And remember that every little tiny thing you do is written down on the fabric of space-time forever. The reason why now exists is because the past is holding it up. All those moments in the past are holding it up. Every moment that you were holding the hand of someone that you loved who's no longer here, you're always holding that hand forever in that moment. You're living forever in that moment. Every moment lives forever because it holds up the next moment. Now could not exist without all those previous moments still being alive right now. So make sure that your moments are as positive as possible because they last forever. They last forever. David, I'm trying to find out about Grant. I think we should just reach out to him with love. I think he's going through some stuff. I think Grant's going through some stresses with his experiment idea and all sorts of other things going on. I think maybe that's possible. So let's think positive. Every moment and every millisecond is written down on the fabric of space-time. Don't make yours be angry. Don't make yours be greedy, those precious moments. Make yours be love. Much love to you guys, and never doubt for a second your ability to do good and transform reality. Much love.